Let's install some hood vents. When I talk to Trackspec, you want the air coming in from the front of the car, through the radiator, and then just not a super drastic angle going up to those vents. You want it to be somewhat like as smooth as possible. So I've put down some painter's tape on the fender, and I've marked where the back of the shroud is, where the fans are, and just generally where I think I'm going to want to put that vent. You want to mark the fender, because then when we close the hood, I can transfer this measurement or this line to the hood, and then that's where we're going to mount the front opening of that vent. So measuring from here, because I want the hood vent, this side to line up with these vents. Just when you look at it, it seems to look nice. This is 14 and 15/16. So in my world, that sounds a lot like 15 inches to make things easier. So I'm just going to measure from the side of the hood, make sure it's tight on there, and just go down and mark 15 inches all along the side here. I'm going to measure from the same constant point on both sides to get the depth of the hood vent, the same on both sides, because if they're not, that's going to look stupid. So I'm going to measure right from the outside again of those, I don't even know what you call those things, cowling slits, is that right? I don't know. But I'm going to kind of take just a ballpark look and say that that's about 42.5 inches right there. And then same thing on this side, 42.5. And then let's see if measuring, see if measuring on the inside of those slits, right on the edge, is going to align to be the same. And then I know that I at least can have the depth where these things are at. I can use the depth measurement and that side measurement we just did, and then these should be lined up. Okay, so here is a look at the templates, all just taped, and then I ran a Sharpie through them just so you can kind of see the, let's call it, finished template product. So now what I'm gonna do is take these off. Let's get to cutting. Because these have like a pretty good curve to them, I'm almost thinking of pinning down the back ones, and these next two, then these next two, then these next two, and just keep cinching it down that way. To me, makes more sense compared to if you're pushing the center down first. I feel like if you push this down, then the center, and then keep going would make more sense. I just have a little Allen head. Hopefully that comes through in the camera okay. Just a little Allen head that fits right through the hole. And then I have a lock washer and a nut on the underside, and I'll just cinch them down that way. I think what I'm going to do is set them how I want them, drill one hole, lock that one in, drill the next hole, lock that one in, and then it's set, rather than going around and drilling all the holes, because if it keeps moving just a little bit on every hole I drill, they're all going to be out to some degree, and then I'm like reaming out holes to make it all fit. So I'm going to knock one in on either side, measure everything, square, plumb, even, the whole way around, drill one hole. So I'll probably do this hole first, then this one, the two outsides, and then the two centers. And after that, I know it's not going to move anywhere and it's locked in, and then I can just go around. And I think I'll just drill 2 holes at a time, cinch it down, drill 2 holes at a time, cinch it down, and just keep working down that way. And then just before we do that, there's an addition to these hood vents I'm gonna do. This is just a piece of like angle iron, but it's aluminum, angled aluminum, whatever you wanna call it. Trackspec makes a wicker that goes on the front of some of their hood vents, and they say it increases airflow by 480% out of these vents. They don't make a specific wicker for this vent. So what they told me I can do is just get a piece of, essentially angle iron, and I can put it and drill it right on the front here. I will paint this. I don't know if I'm gonna do that today. I will paint it. And the idea is that the wind comes through, hits this, moves up, and creates kind of like a vortex effect, is what I understand. And then it actually increases the amount of air that comes out of here, kind of like a vacuum, sucking more and more air out of these hood vents. What I think I'm gonna do first is just cut these to a general size. I'm going to clamp this down on the hood vent itself and then drill through the holes. And then I know they all line up perfectly. Bolt it to the hood vent. I'll cut it to shape so it all looks, relatively like it's supposed to be there. And then we're in good shape. Here we are. I just laid down this towel and such so I don't scratch these vents up. But what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take the clamps. I'm gonna put this on here so that that front edge of the vent lines up with the back edge of this, and it's all in a nice line, looks nice, and comes together. So I'm gonna leave a little bit of overhang on each side, clamp it, drill it, and then I'm gonna use these little Allen key bolts, bolt it down so it's nice and tight on there. I'm gonna take a Sharpie on the underneath, mark it, and then I'll cut that off, and then it's all form fitted per se. I'll just mark it on the bottom here and then trim it off, take it off, trim it off, and then it's ready to get installed on there. We'll just do this other one, and then next we will start drilling holes to mount the vents right into the hood. One thing I just realized before I bolt these things in is that some of the body bracing essentially sits like right under the edge. So I won't be able to get those bolts through. So I'm just gonna go through some there in the middle and then here at the back. So I'm just gonna go through and trim out about, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch, half an inch, something like that. Just enough to get those bolts and washers through. Probably not even half an inch is too much, but I'm just gonna grind that out, and then we'll be ready to drill and bolt these things down. Okay, so same thing. I wonder if these marks are still here from that pencil. Yeah. So again, the template edge and this edge is the same. So I'm just going to line up those marks I made that are 15 inches from the edge. Like so. Right. And then just the corner there, this mark that I had on the bottom of the corner. So that's 15 all the way on the side, oops, and on the corner. Perfect. Okay, that looks good. There's something to drill in everywhere there. Should fit right through. Perfect. I'm not going to cinch it down. I just want this to be snug so I can still move it for this last screw here, because once I put these in, it's not going to move anywhere. And then I know it's all good. So I also don't want to put the hood back on. Well, do I? That might make this a lot easier. I think I'm going to do that. Alrighty, I got the hood back on, and then I've also got just that one hole we drilled with the, my hood's closing here, with the one bolt, and I've snugged it up, and now I've aligned everything back to basically where it should all be. Other than just them, they're where they're gonna be. So I'm gonna drill this hole, this hole, this hole, this hole. I think I'm going to drill this outside hole first, then I'll cinch it down, drill the back hole. I've also just put a towel under this again, just to kind of catch all the little metal shavings, and then hopefully I can just roll a towel up, shake it out. But that's where we're at. We do have one issue, and that's that this vent is hitting my catch can filter under there. So I'm going to pop that off just so as I go down I can cinch this down, then I need to get a different filter under here. You can see, hopefully you can see on that camera there, right here, and the vents are just hitting it. So that's the story of my life with this car. Put one thing in and have to change 3 others. So we'll just cross that bridge as we get there, but I'm going to take this off and then we'll cinch all this down. I ran out of some storage in my phone, but I got this first side done. Here's a look at it. Started at the back here and then slowly bolted it down as I move forward. Reason is, I think you'll be able to see this on the phone, but it's even more. I got this other side going and that second set there, but there's quite a bend or concave to this. So I've just been working away at back and just working my way down, and then trim this out here, and it's all good. So drill a few more holes, trim that out, put it on, and then we're done. Okay, last set of screws to get installed. Bolts, I guess you would say. Bolts, not screws. So I figured I'd show you what I'm doing under the hood. So it's just that nut, a lock washer, and then I'm sitting on holding that tight, and then just taking this Allen key and cinching. That's the finished product. Yeah, there it is. Like I said, I will paint those things black so they kind of blend in a little bit. But turned out well. Everything lined up great. Now I will also do a video of just testing it. I'm going to block off those vents, go for a drive, ride around, see how quick it takes to cool this thing down. And then we'll pop the covers, whatever cover I have, off there, and then see how it does from there. But yeah, bitchin'.